After a triumphant ODI World Cup campaign, the Indian women's cricket team returned to T20I action, facing Sri Lanka in Visakhapatnam. The anticipation was high as fans looked forward to seeing how the team would perform after a 50-day break. The match marked the beginning of India's journey towards the T20 World Cup 2026, and the players were eager to set the tone for the series. With a cool evening and dew expected to play a role, Captain Harmanpreet Kaur chose to chase, hopping to use the conditions to her team's advantage. The stage was set for an exciting contest between two determined sides. Sri Lanka, batting first, found it tough to get going against India's disciplined bowling attack. Despite a few promising partnerships, the visiting team struggled to accelerate, especially as the dew made gripping the ball tricky for bowlers. Vishmi Gunaratne stood out with a patient 39 off 43 balls, but regular wickets and tight overs from India's spinners kept the scoring in check. The Sri Lankan batters tried to use sweeps and variations, but the Indian fielders, despite a few dropped catches, managed to restrict them to a below-par total of 121 for 6. The pressure was now on India's batters to chase down the target. Krani God, playing just her third T20I, made a significant impact early in the Sri Lankan innings. After being hit for a few boundaries, she switched her bowling angle and delivered a sharp 109, 2 kph ball that nipped back in, bowling Sri Lanka's captain Chamari Athapaththu. This wicket was God's maiden T20I scalp and set the tone for India's bowlers to apply further pressure. The breakthrough allowed India's spinners to settle in and stifle the Sri Lankan batters, ensuring that the visitors never really got away in the power play or the middle overs. India's fielders had a mixed day, with several dropped catches offering Sri Lanka opportunities to build partnerships. Vaishnavi Sharma on debut nearly struck early, but a catch was put down at short fine leg. Sri Charani and Jemimah Rodrigues also missed chances, with Charani dropping 2 in the deep. Despite these lapses, the Indian bowlers kept their composure, conceding only 30 runs in the final 4 overs. Charani redeemed herself by taking a crucial wicket right after a dropped catch, helping to end a long boundary drought for Sri Lanka and keeping the total in check. Chasing 122, India got off to a brisk start with Shafali Verma hitting boundaries right away, including a 4 off a free hit. However, her stay was short-lived as she was caught in the second over. Smriti Mandhana and Jemimah Rodrigues then took charge, building a solid partnership. Mandhana, despite a few scratchy moments and inside edges, became only the second woman to surpass 4,000 T20I runs. Rodrigues, meanwhile, looked in complete control, using the depth of the crease and a variety of shots to keep the scoreboard ticking. The duo ensured India stayed ahead of the required rate. Jemimah Rodrigues, playing her 100th T20I, delivered a masterclass in chasing under pressure. She reached her 14th half-century in the format, scoring an unbeaten 69 off just 44 balls. Rodrigues was particularly effective against spin, using sweeps and dabs to find gaps and keep the runs flowing. Her partnership with Mandhana and later with Harmanpreet Kaur ensured there were no hiccups in the chase. Rodrigues' composure and shot selection stood out, making her the clear player of the match and reaffirming her place at number 3 for India. Sri Lanka had their moments in the field, but missed opportunities with both bat and ball cost them dearly. Their bowlers struggled to contain India's batters, especially as the dew made it harder to grip the ball. Key fielding errors, including dropped catches and misfields, allowed India to keep the pressure off. The lack of breakthroughs in the middle overs meant that India could cruise to the target without much trouble. Sri Lanka will need to regroup quickly, focusing on improving their fielding and bowling discipline for the next match. India completed the chase with ease, winning by 8 wickets and with 32 balls to spare. The victory was set up by the bowlers, who restricted Sri Lanka to a modest total, and finished by Rodrigues' outstanding innings. Jemimah Rodrigues was rightfully named player of the match for her unbeaten 69, which showcased her maturity and skill under pressure. The win gave India a 1-0 lead in the series and plenty of confidence as they look ahead to the T20 World Cup. The team celebrated a well-rounded performance, with contributions from both bat and ball. With this convincing win, India has set the tone for the rest of the series and their preparations for the T20 World Cup in June 2026. The team will look to build on this momentum, fine-tuning their combinations and strategies in the upcoming matches. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, will aim to bounce back and address their shortcomings. For fans, the series promises more exciting cricket and a chance to see emerging talents shine. As both teams eye the bigger prize, every match becomes a crucial step on the road to the World Cup.